Greetings, everybody. Today we're going to take one more look at, in this little series of ours, how I'm going to respond to a Duel that has a pair of butterfly knives. I'm going to be looking to harass him, right? Come with my P-cut to hit his hands. I may even pressing out a little bit with my flat of my blade, jabbing toward the rear hand. I'm going to be looking this way. Really harassing, I think, is a really good way of describing this, to keep him a little bit nervous, to keep him from just immediately rushing me. But let's say, as you know, we should always assume, I've been thinking about this problem. I've been playing both sides of the chessboard. How would I face somebody who has those weapons? He may very well have been doing the same thing. So he expects me to come in, and as I come in to advance, looking to harass him, getting into distance, what if he takes that opportunity to also just press in on me here, right? And this way he's really getting control. Now, how is he going to follow that up once he's done? That second one's going to be coming in right down that center line, right at my throat. So the first thing that you might feel tempted to do, that just sort of, I might say not naturally, but maybe a little bit of a panic response. It seems like the natural thing to do, but is not the correct thing to do, is to try to just pull back. Right? If he keeps pressuring in, I can't get away from this very quickly. He's coming in really fast. And he's going to be looking to, my Duel here, as I'm advancing, he's going to try to advance into my preparation here. As I'm setting my distance, preparing it for what I want to do, he may also advance into my preparation. Even with a full step back here, if I stay in front of him, I get jammed up. So I don't want to move straight back, right? Other thing you might think as well, as I'm coming in here, as I'm advancing, he's going to press down. Why not try to come in for a tiao? Seems to go with the flow, right? I'm coming in, he's pressing it down, well, my blade's down. You see the problem. He has his blade horizontal. So you may get that tactile sensation, that feedback might be, okay, your blade's pressed down, try to tiao. Well, I might cut him a little bit. I might cut his stomach or cut his inside of his leg a little bit, but I'm in trouble. My blade is controlled, and if he gets that other hand coming in, he's coming very aggressively with that other hand, but I'm like, whoa, right? That's a little close for comfort here. Maybe I just get away, but then again, he's gonna at least slash my other arm with his right, the blade in his right, okay? So I don't wanna go down. I'm gonna have to do all the way around. And as we looked at in the past, the previous formations, I'm going to be looking to come all the way around to his other hand, right? Because this one is controlling me, and I'm free to come around here. See, I can hit this hand, even though it's pretty far away. And if I were to miss that, I'm just going to swing into the other one, right? And then, of course, now my blade is, if I were to hit that, if I miss that, cut here, I'm right lined up for a quick jab. Even with a swivel back, quick jab right into the stomach, through the stomach flap, just below the heart there, okay? So looking at that, so we're gonna come in. Again, I'm taking this position. I'm not taking this. This is even, this could be trouble. There's ways we'll look at how I can deal with this, but for now, I'm gonna keep this high line ready position. I come in there, boom. See, that's okay. This looked pretty close, but see, his arm is fully extended. I'm hitting well down on my blade. I'm trying to really control this because I can bruise it. I've given Bruce a few bruises the last couple of weeks, but I go right into that arm. See, I'm hitting him at his elbow where he is a good foot for me. I cut right in there with a solid hit. I think I could even potentially cut that arm most of the way through if I hit it at the joint. But it really doesn't matter. Once you're halfway through, that's pretty bad. If I were to miss that, if he were to see that coming and just pull it away, remember we discussed this last time. Here I'm trying to really control my blows. I'm using steel. He's using his sharp blades. We want to control this. I want Bruce back to help me to demonstrate again. But I would really hit this with a real shocking kind of blow that would cut in very deeply and also strike his hand across into a center. And if it happened to miss, it's going to also still be coming through to the other side. I'm finishing with my intent finishing here. So I can't really demonstrate that unless we get out the live blades, but then we won't have Bruce back again, okay? So as I come in, he presses down, I'm here. Now, if he were to have pulled that out of the way, he's dropped his arm just in time, I can follow through right to here, right? It's hard to see at this angle. We'll look at it again at the other angle, but then I can swivel back, keeping distance, and still get that hand in. So actually, let's look at it again, from this other side. Okay, so from here, I'm advancing in, around. See, I cut that one there. If not, I'm through. With or without, if I've hit that one of both hands, I made it to the stomach flap here, or I can even be swiveling back, keeping distance, and get a good Dan into the stomach, okay? So I'm coming in, boom, around. See, big flip around. Now you see, this probably looks from the angle. Let's try to extend that. See, he just can't. And again, I'm hitting his arm, upper part of his forearm, way down here on my blade. So we're doing this in a fairly controlled fashion, right? We've rehearsed this a little bit. We've gone through these, we've been practicing together these last few weeks, looking at these things. So I can do things and he can do things very nicely, stay on camera. If I were a more realistic situation and I were maybe playing the distance a little bit more and slipping back a little further, I've got quite a lot of margin of error. If I can hit his blade here and this part of my blade way down here, on his arm, I could fade back a lot further and be hitting to his wrist with those last inches. So I have, I would say, close to a foot of play here. So if I step too far back, I'm good. And also remember, as I'm cutting here, if I do step too far back, let's go again. See, if I come in here, we'll do this one slowly so everybody can see. Boom. If I go back a little bit far and I'm here, I'm still quite good. I'm hitting his hand. And if that were to miss, even here, I could still travel down and still be cutting his other hand and then right back around, whatever cut's convenient. But just as I am looking at what butterfly knives can do and their strengths and vulnerabilities, so I know how to respond to them, we have to assume that people who train with butterfly knives are doing the same thing, to think about how they're going to get into somebody, deal with it, Wei Fang has a longer weapon. So let's assume he does that. So he comes in, boom, comes around and he blocks me out here. Now, the temptation might be right here to kind of come this way down. And we don't want to do that. Let's switch around. I think we see that a little more easily from the other angle. So I'm coming in here, boom, boom, he blocks me out. See, now the temptation might be, that's coming at me. It's coming right in there. The temptation might be to go this way. But see, what am I doing then? I'm moving toward that hand. And my focus is going to maybe be this hand. I may not even see that stab into my neck, right? If my eyes have gone down to there. We're getting closer. It's a little more difficult to see each side here, okay? So what do I want to do? I want to swing around to the other side. And this is, again, this is very similar to what we did last time. What I'm doing is I'm advancing. He's pressing my blade down. I don't want to pull back and try to get distance. He's going to cover that too quickly. I don't want to try to take my full step back and use the tiao as I might in other situations because his blade is low. If I cut him, it's lucky. It's not a very good cut, and he's going to block me out. And then I'm really jammed up. I'm in more trouble. Okay? So what I want to do is as I advance, he's pushing my blade down. I got to come all the way around and over. So I'm advancing. He's pushing my blade down. I feel that. See him very obviously coming in. I have to let it go, and I'm coming over. And see, I'm raising my hand kind of high here because he's coming in at my throat. So I'm not swinging level here the way I would probably if I was facing another Jian. But as I do that, I'm raising my sword up. Not too high, just enough to stay away from his blade and get over and cut. Now, when that other blade cuts here, the temptation might be to, okay, swivel around or step out this way. But if I do that, I'm staying too close to his right hand, he's likely to get me. So what I have to do is the same as we did in the past. From one side, the first one, I'm probably not getting really around him very far because of the distance. On the second time I come around to cut, I'm going to come further around. So I'm getting really behind my blade and really moving away from that right hand as I very powerfully deliver a nice cut to his left. And I won't do it too powerful this time. Comes in, boom, I'm around. See, now it comes there. I want to go around this way, outside. And you see here, in the last time, I've also cut to his leg. So it depends. If his arm is at this angle, I will take the arm, right? Just to be sure I'm stopping it. And again, I'm gonna strike it with a nice percussive cut that should hit it that direction. If his arm is further out to the side here and it's blocking me out, then I'll go underneath it to his leg. And sometimes in training and practice, that happened automatically. When we start doing it with a little more speed and power, we may have drilled, okay, boom, I get the arm. What happens is Bruce, from his years of experience, starts adjusting and realizing he needs to keep his hand out a little further, which is good. And then without thinking about it, I automatically adjust because I see his arm coming out further. And I may not be able to get to his arm before he intercepts me. So I just go a little bit lower and come around to the leg. And sometimes I may slip back a little further to keep that distance out. So I'm moving in, boom, 1, 2, 3. And then here, see, I'm outside. Or maybe to see from your camera angle, but his straight line would be here. And I'm really pulling this cut. If I hit this, I would hit him here, right? And then from there, I can liao underneath. If I've hit his hand to the side, liao up through. If not, liao up, stepping out and through, going away this way. Okay, so I'm in, boom, around, outside, through, right? That last bit is really just there. If I've got him twice and I need to finish it, I've cut him. He's probably paused because of the pain and shock. Take a free cut. So again, I'm using the ge cut type scenario. I can change, doesn't always have to be the ge cut. I can use it with a tiao. I can change it up, switch it to a dian sometimes, but I'm definitely using those full steps to keep out. Hope this has been interesting. I've definitely enjoyed it. I think Bruce did, minus a few bruises. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Stay strong. 再见.